Hey, what's up, guys? This is T-Bone here. We're here today on Tuesday. It is going to be a preview stream for the upcoming event, which I didn't think I was going to do, to be honest with you. But since my last video, which I uploaded less than 24 hours ago, where I gave a review of Knights of Meido, they came out with some new changes and new announcements, which I thought was worth discussing, and I wanted to at least talk about it. Some good changes. There are good changes coming in, and I think that there is some things that I wanted to definitely highlight. And I'll just take this opportunity also to talk about the deck because it's a deck that we've seen before, and it is at least more attainable. So let's talk about the updates. The first thing is this is what they're calling a player appreciation week, which is actually very similar to how it used to be, where before in the regular pack days, player appreciation weeks meant VIPs got some additional bonuses, and they have a guaranteed ultra rare that they could pull from tier 6, and that's what they've mirrored this time around. And if you take a look, also they have made it so that all players will be able to claim a daily gift in inbox. So I have some gifts as well. I haven't opened them. I want to open them just to see what they are. Now, keep in mind that I'm not VIP, and they've also given VIP players more gifts. What they're saying is the higher your VIP level, the more stuff you'll get. And from what I've seen so far, you can actually get the event card for the deck, which I think is a nice change. And you can also take a look and see the reward schedule in the inbox so that you can see what you'll get every single day. And so here it is, like, extra special thanks are going to be giving the VIP player stuff, as long as you are VIP level 2 or above. So every store set, you'll get something there. And then, excuse me, another big announcement is that they're going to have. Okay, sorry about that. So we got people joining the stream here. So I am just gonna talk about this because I think it's worth discussing. Like, I want to make sure I'm giving credit where credit's due. I have been given Network a lot of criticism over the last few weeks, and it just seemed like nothing was sticking. And it looks like they're making some changes that are at least bringing it back to where it was, where players were actually enjoying it. I took a quick look at some of the chat so far, and it seems to be relatively positive across the board. Of course, there's some reservations, and I'll be talking about them as well. So here's the event pack updates. They're going to be 50% off, and what they're saying is now we finally get our guarantees every single pack. Tier 4 and Tier 6, you're guaranteed a main hero. Tier 6 is going to be ultra rare, but only for VIP. Unfortunately, they've moved the Relic back to Tier 3 instead of keeping it Tier 2. So to me, that's one of those changes. I'm not sure why they would do that, but at least the main card is available on Tier 4, which I thought was important. That was the one thing I really wanted to bring back, and so they brought it back at 50% off of of the pack, so that is a good sign. And so let's see, we got Teresa, Gary, and Johnny Tables, No Love Lost, Catherine, Chimang On, William Brunner, we got Rock D, and Tamara, Victor, Karen, and Richard. Welcome to the stream here. And so this is the news update, and now let's take a look at the gift that we got. Right, so the first thing you'll see here is there's a player appreciation week gift, and I think if you're a VIP you might see something else as well. So there's the Grand Prix rewards only for VIP, and like I said, if you're a VIP 2 or higher, you'll get more. And so let's take a look. I believe this is 100 gems. So day 1, you get gems. So that's at least a nice gesture. Anybody, even free to play players, get additional gems, which is nice. And then they also get you 10 bonus gift boxes, right? So there's 10 gem gifts, and let's see how much I get from opening this. So this is what we got. Oh, this is the gift that we get to give, right? So we get to give within the guild gifts each, and then they also give you 5 boxes of evolution gifts, and also for the forge for the relic, and then you get ascended warden gift as well as core gift, and then you have 5-star off the chainsaw, 4 stars. It looks like you do get some cards as well. So let's take a look at this care package. So here is a relic. So we got a relic for free, and then another one that we get is I guess that's the relic. I think I saw the support card, and this is a support card. We might have gotten something else. Let me go take a look. I couldn't tell by the card here. And so this is the 4-star event card, okay, which Up to this point, I have not been able to get because it was unavailable in packs. And then we also got a support card. So right off the bat, this care package gives us a support card and the event card, and we got some evolution tokens, which to me, I still don't like the idea of evolution tokens, but the fact is, we got a free support card and a free event card, as well as a free relic. So that to me is a really good thing, right? For anybody who's playing, we at least got something here. So this is something that I can't complain about, right? And this actually makes me feel really good. It's one of those things where, like, if they had done this more regularly, like, I wonder how much more people appreciate playing this game, feeling appreciated, and the fact that VIP players get even more stuff. Like, those are good gestures. This is the kind of gesture I think really helps, especially after the last few weeks where it just felt really bleak, right? Like, people didn't want to spend on packs because they could never get anything. At least now we got something. Okay, so even without buying into the packs, we've now got ourselves at least an event card and a support card. So this is Catherine McIntyre. I think this is the care package is a guarantee. So that's exactly what they listed as what you'll give. And so I got a relic and I got a support card as well as an event card. So take a look at your care package. I think that's a really good thing. And you also get 10 gem gifts that you can give to your guildmates, or you can do trades and whatnot. So let's take a look. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Arcane Killer Relic, and here it is. So I got a 5-star Relic, and it's not, I can't power it up I can't evolve it just yet because I don't think the evolution screen is available, but it is at least really nice. Okay. And so this is, to me, a kind of much needed boost to at least player morale from sort of like, hey, finally we're getting something that might actually make people happier rather than getting a couple of catalyst stones or some 10 pink dust or something. We got a relatively good, I would say a really good care package. So this to me is a good thing. All right, so I wanted to say kudos to that. And then let's now take a look at the deck itself and see like what we can do with it. So keep in mind that I have now an event card and I have a support card, so I can at least do something with it. And if I actually wanted to, the pack is now cheaper as well. So if I wanted to get another event card, and we're going to talk about whether multiple event cards is worth it or not. So if you take a look now, because of the reduction in price, the total amount before the 250 gems that you get back is actually going to be about 1960, right? And so this is 1000, 1560, 1840, 1960. So for less than 2000 gems, you're guaranteed another event card. And then with the 250, that's basically 1700 gems, and you can at least get yourself a second event hero at 4 stars if you needed it. So the thing to think about here is whether or not 4 event cards is worth it. Typically, we only just pull this pack because we're chasing after the main hero. Now let's take a look at the deck and see, like, is it worth it to go after it? And if not, then at least we got something for free. So let's see. So this question here, Chef, is the vault returning next week? That's what the news feed is saying. So I don't know what it's going to be like, but that's what they've announced. So I would say it is there. And David Chison of Viperia is here. Welcome to the stream here. And for those of you whose VIP hasn't run out yet, I think you'll get something a little bit bonus on top of that. So congratulations for that. And the question, will Impale Hunter deck work good? So the Impale Hunter deck is going to work really well in this deck, this event, because it is an arcane deck, and so you can use that. It's just that it's a Slayer deck, so you'll have to match something that at least a support card. A support card will actually boost it, and you can get some additional damage out of that. So Judge of all, I think you're looking at the wrong values, T-Bone, on the gems. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm looking at the numbers on the right. I'm talking about going up to tier 4. The total gem spend is going to be about 1710, right? I'm not talking about the value that you get out of this. I'm just saying like how much you have to spend if you want to go to tier 4. This is what we were kind of talking about. But the thing is, it's still no guarantee that you're going to get anything good in the first 3 tiers. So that is something to be careful about. And so the actual team that is going to be the Arcane Killer Fire Commanders is going to be the Magma Ventrix deck, and they actually have the card in collection this time as well. So let's take a look at the collection cards. Right, so from a collections perspective, the ones that you need are going to be the Flare Fire Dilophosphaera, which was actually from the same Fire Commander deck that had the Arcane bonus. So if you have that card, then that's something you use. The Centaur, this kind of makes my blood boil a little bit, because this is the ultra rare card for the other Fire, the other Fire Rainbow deck. All right, this is the ultra rare for the Rainbow deck, so I don't think many people actually got that. And then Bosco the Flame Wielder is a event card from the deck that actually had that polarity deck, right? That is with I actually got the ultra rare card for that, but I don't have the event card, so I'm still missing a few cards here. And so the only way to get these cards that you're missing is going to be in the main pack. So that's sort of like the option here. If you're chasing the main card, or if you're looking for these cards here, that's what you want to get. So let's take a look at the deck overall. This is going to be the Generation 2 Dragon deck, but with some minor differences. And I would say this is actually the same as when they first came out with, I think, the Water deck with Santa. All right, so Franca the Model Girl is the support card here, and this card is going to give you a 2% max HP heal every turn, but it's a warrior card. And so the thing is, this card doesn't give a lot of heal, like doesn't give a lot of recovery to the team, but it does have high heal. So 2% of max health sounds like a lot. It actually isn't. So after testing out in the last Water Commander deck, I think that max 2% HP isn't good enough, especially given what I'm seeing here, and that is the leader skill is now back to 300% damage and 600% health for all Fire Arcane Killer heroes, as opposed to all Fire Commander heroes. So while the good thing is the pack structure, not the structure, but the price and the guarantees, I think it's better. Now, going to the vault is going to be even better than that. I just don't know if they're going to keep the price structure the same. So that's the good thing. And also getting the care package is a really good thing. Now let's take a look at what this may mean for the event itself. So we know that because they have the 600% health boost, it's likely that the boss isn't going to hit any lighter, if I may. Like, I'm just guessing here, but Commander events was difficult because the boss basically one-shots you, right? Even in 3 key situations, and we generally don't have a lot of keys, and that was one of the biggest pain points. So with this, if the boss health remains really high and it hits really, really hard, then we aren't that much better off in terms of the game event enjoyment. So I don't know what it's going to be like until the event starts, so we can talk about that. I'll definitely do a review of it after the event ends to talk about like how I felt that went. The previous event to me, like I said, it was like a solid D, right? And I'm curious what it's going to be like this time. But the battle skill here, it basically is a intensity generator, and it does create 5 fire gems, but it's, you're going to need a couple of these cards in order to make it worth it. And there are a lot of other better cards that can actually give you power gems and more gems than this. So to me, this is really just a card that's going to give you the Arcane Killer skill if you have the cards. And we already have at least 2 of them. We have at least a support card, and we have at least the event card. So we can at least take advantage of that. So Mudpig, did I cancel my VIP and renew today? I have not yet renewed. My perspective here is, now that I've played for, I've kind of gone back and forth with my VIP. To me, I like the idea of being able to not have to spend if I don't have to, and the recurring subscription thing is, to me, just, something that was a little luxurious. And if every single event we're guaranteed to get a bunch of gems and a bunch of like heroes on top of what we get on a daily basis, then I would say that they have increased the value a bit more. It also depends on what we're gonna get in terms of the rewards. If they took away the evolution coins so that VIPs don't just get additional evolution coins just to evolve their heroes, but get something on top of that, then I would say it's probably going to be more worth it. But to me, I can live without it, then I'm not going to go back. So Alan, you finally made it again in time for the live stream. Welcome to the stream here. Do I agree that the gifts were pretty nice? I actually do agree that being able to get a relic and an event card and a support card for free is really nice. We didn't have to play for it, and we got them, which is really a nice bonus, right? So let's move on, and now let's take a look at the actual. This is the ultra rare card, Grizz Jet Boost. And so this card gives you immunity. So it gives you an immunity for one turn. And this is like the thing, right? Like in the Generation 2 days, the support card also granted immunity, but in this case, it's only the ultra rare card. So I kind of feel like they should have given the immunity to the support card as well. But the ultra rare card gives you immunity. It does give you a heal for every arcane killer intensity you have. And then what it does is when you're immune and you get hit, then you have this status called in the lead. Okay, and that lasts for 3 turns. And what happens there is if you're in the lead, if you have that status active, then basically every time you attack, you get additional power gems with this card. Without the status, you get 2 power gem 3s, and then if you have the status active, then it turns into 6. So I've seen from the Santa deck, the first water commander deck, it's actually really, really powerful, especially with the power boost that you get. So then if you look at the main hero now, main hero is the one that is going to grant attack boost. Okay, so this is the card that's going to give you an attack boost by 200% plus additional 10% for every arcane killer intensity. So this will boost the fire kitties, the fire tiger team really well, and it will like the impale hunters. It'll boost the impale hunters really, really, really well in Slayer event, and it will also grant a good amount of attack. So this card was the same as the Quilldrak card back in Generation 2 for the Fire Dragons, and having multiple cards means that the attack boosts stack. Right, so if you have 8 Power Gem 1s or more, then you can go up to 5,650 times damage. And if you have 2 of these cards, that will then double, right? So you can get basically over 10,000% attack boost with those 2 cards, which to me is quite a nice boost for many reasons. It's just that it sucks that it only applies to arcane killers as opposed to all fire commanders, because that would have really, really generated a really good sort of deck building possibility for all fire commander events moving forward. As it is right now, though, it's going to be only useful for the current event and a year from now when we come back to the fire commander event again, and basically 25 weeks from now when we go back to fire. Well, I guess not 25 weeks, because I think the next Fire Slayer event, it might be arcane. So yeah, I think we'll hit the Fire Slayer event next, and that's probably going to be arcane still. So at least we'll be able to use it twice. But it's just that having multiple copies of the event card here isn't going to be a bad thing. If you can get some good power gem spawners, I think you're going to be able to deal some pretty good damage here. So I have to test out to see, but this is a decent card to use. Like, it was the same as the Santa, and that's the one card I really, really wanted. It does have utility. And it also has a nice passive ability, so that every 3 turns, it's going to create 4 Power Gem 3s. So that means that this card will also generate Power Gem 3s when you first begin the fight. And so it will give you a nice turn 1 damage as well. So Art Fox Contact, you thought you were dreaming when you saw it was a Quilldrak. Yeah, it basically is the Generation 2 Dragon deck revived again. We saw that with the Water deck, so that was basically the Wendigo, the Minds of Wendigo deck, and this is the same as that Fire Dinosaur deck that we saw, or not Fire Dinosaur. It basically is the Quilldrak deck. And so, Jasmine, you love this game, but the last events you started hitting, you have no words. And I have to agree, right? So the last few events, it's been extremely difficult to really make any headway, and it's really difficult to stay motivated. I think basically how I feel about this deck is, well, we already all have a support card and event card. I think that it's great. I think it's a great start. Like, I honestly feel like, I have no illusions that I'm going to get the ultra rare card because I'm missing too many things. But if you have VIP already, right? And what I will say is, if you've been a spender, this is a great change for anybody who has no problems, or who has typically been spending to get something, because you're guaranteed an ultra rare card by tier 6, and there's 50% discount on all the packs so far. So this is going to be a lot cheaper than what you would have been used to, at least for the prior 3 events. Like this is a good change for any of you who who have been spending to try and get the decks. For me, this is something that I think that I would have really liked to get, because if you look at the Ultimate Form card, it does give you 1400% damage, and you also get the immunity, and also you can also get the heal, but you don't get the attack boost. Okay, but you do have a nice passive ability that creates power gems. So the combination of the event card plus the Ultimate Form card will basically net you a ton of power gems every 3 turns, and so it is a very strong team. It's just that for me, I'm not gonna go for it, just because I know that I don't have the gems to do that, right? Because in order to get to tier 6 of the ultra pack with VIP, that's about 12,000 gems or so. And so it's going to cost about 6,000 or close between 6,000 or 7,000, something like that. I have to take a look when the pack comes out. So it's a lot more affordable. But I don't have VIP right now, and so there's no guarantee for me at all. So I'm gonna try my luck, I guess, probably a couple pack here and there. But it's just that I'm missing these 2 cards, and that's going to make it. That's gonna sort of break it for me. But again, I'm not gonna go too hard for it, but I do think that having 2 copies of the event card here will do really well. And the event card is now going to be available for 1,700 gems, which I think is actually a relatively good deal in comparison. Okay, and so that is, to me, sort of like the good and the bad of what I'm seeing. I really like seeing sort of like, if this can be consistent, if we can get these gifts consistently, that is just an amazing change, because that just means we now don't have to break the bank to field a relatively decent team. Like we're not talking about like an Ultimate Form here. We're not talking about like teams that are like super strong. We're talking about teams that, that can actually compete a little bit. But without knowing about how the event is going to go, it's hard to say, because enjoyment of a deck and also have an event depends heavily too on how we can do. So you can take a look here. They also have a schedule for what we expect to get. So as a free to play player, you're expected to also get a total of 600 gems in a matter of 6 days, and then you're also going to get 3,000 additional evolution coins. I wish that they would just scrap the evolution coins altogether. To be honest, I can't be excited about the fact that we're getting evolution coins, because that technically took up 2 spots of actual, gifts that matter that we could be getting. So the fact is, evolution coins seems like it's here to stay, at least for now, and I still dislike it. I still think that is the one negative that I will not stop talking about, because it's not needed. It's not necessary unless it carries over. If the evolution coins carry over, that's one thing, but it doesn't carry over, so it's not something I enjoy. But at least this is the step in the right direction, so that's something that you can look forward to every single day, get some things. And then hopefully with this, some of the cards that you can use are, if you have Mac of Ventrix, you should still use it, because that is a card that still is useful. And so, that's Relic. So I have Mac of Ventrix, so I plan on using it. But another card that you should also definitely think about using is going to be Thoth, for example. And so Thoth is going to be a card that's going to be really useful here. Quilldrag and these cards are probably going to be a little bit more situational, but you can also use, if you have previous decks, I think Sunflare Mercenaries deck is still going to be useful, even though it doesn't have the right killer bonus. But for me, you can also use Ascended Ray for some power boost. Ra, as well as Mac of Ventrix, they're all good cards. Thoth is going to be really useful, so we have some fire commander options that we can throw in there, and it's not necessary to chase after the full thing. My biggest concern right now is actually going to be on how we're going to deal with the overkill and the ultra kill bosses. If we still have to depend on the 600% health boost, then my concerns are, number one, do the medium bosses, like, well, are we going to have these medium bosses still? And are the health in general going to be higher? Because it was tough already for an overkill boss with prestige. And I guess you could argue that, well, with this change, if there's no prestige, then it's actually going to be easier for people. But I would say that's only if you have the deck. If you don't have the deck, then most people aren't going to be prestiging anyway. And so overkill, ultra kill bosses is going to be something that people have a challenge with. And the problem that presents is the scoring. So people who can take out the ultra rare, the overkill and ultra kill bosses are going to be getting way higher scores compared to those who can't. And so I don't know what that's going to mean for the landscape of people who are in like the Emperor or King's League. That's really where the volatility is at. And we'll have to see when the event starts to really see the impact of that. Without seeing it, I can't make any judgment calls, but I would say that if it's still way too hard to take out the boss, then it's not going to be fun. And one last thing I'll say is the move back to overkill has sort of, it's a double-edged sword for me. On the one hand, it's nice because now we can finally skip 4 levels at once if we can, fully overkill a boss. On the other hand, it now takes away from the strategy where all you have to do is chip away at the boss and then kind of take it out with like just enough damage. Now it's about a giant big hit to try and take it out for more than double its health, which is generally something that can be difficult to do, right? So it's a different strategy that you have to employ, and it again matters on what kind of deck you get. So with the addition of support card and the event card, hopefully it's easier. We'll take a look and see what kind of decks we can build out of that and how successful we can be. Because now I can at least say, hey, use the event card because we all have one. Okay? We all have the event card now, so that's at least something that we can work towards. And I think somebody mentioned consistency, Willie Brunner. I was actually just about to say that. To me, if this is just a one-time deal, I think they said something is this week only. I think this week only, what they said is the guaranteed of the ultra rare card. Let's take a look. I want to see where they're saying is this week only, right? So Vault's coming back next week, and for this week, they haven't said whether or not the care package is this week only today, right? And this week only, all players will be able to claim a daily gift from the inbox. So the daily gift inbox is this week only. I wish that is going to be every week. And the care package, I would expect it to just be a one-time deal. So that means, hey, we got something good, but then if that all goes away, guess what? We just kind of went backwards by a lot again. Okay, so my feedback here is, hey, care package where we get the support card, event card, and the relic. This is a great change. Don't take that away. Don't take it away. This is how you're going to retain your player base, and this is how you're going to get more people to come play, because you're giving them something to start with. You're not giving them something that's breaking the game. You're giving them something to start playing the game with. So don't take it away, please. I think this is a great change. Let's keep that. That would be amazing if we can see that next event as well. So far, I think we're off to a relatively good start, at least from my perspective. Remains to be seen how the event is actually going to go, and then so we will talk about that afterwards. John Bishop, thank you very much. I'm doing what I can, and let's see. So Victor, let's see. Don't believe we have the event hero from the care package. As far as you're aware, only people who have been VIP at least once got it. If that's the case, then that is unfortunate. I'm currently not VIP, and I was not VIP as of January. Like, they kind of said that you only get additional things if you were at least VIP 2 as of January 14th. And so I don't know that if you are currently free to play, I guess anybody who's currently free to play and you've already claimed your care package, please comment below and let us know if you did not receive an event card. Because I think that that would have been something that free-to-play players would have needed more. Right? I thought that it's just people who were not VIP got extra gifts, but if the event card meant were only available to the people that actually got VIP, then that is unfortunate. I can't tell. So that's something I think needs to be clear about it. just going to spend a few minutes to take a look at some of the questions that people are asking. George Ikes is saying, what is the Appreciation Week? This is something that they've been doing normally back in the day, where they took something that was not guaranteed, in this case the ultra rare card, and they make it a guarantee, right? So if you take a look at the tier structure, they wouldn't be in the main pack. It would be the ultra pack where we can get the ultra rare. And so Willie Brown, you just want to have fun playing again. I think that's what most people play this game for. I think that's what most people play games in general for, right? Like, yes, we say that we are here for our guildmates and we're here for the camaraderie, but honestly, like, I think for me personally, it's also first and foremost like whether the game is worth my time or not, if it's fun. And so I'm looking forward to having the event being fun again. We'll see. I think that some of the changes that they make in the last commander, they're actually kind of getting better. So we'll see if this change will kind of break all of that. And a lot of people also ask the question like, what does this mean for the maps? Like, are the maps going to be different now? How is the secret boss going to work? Don't have information there, so I'm hoping we can get more of that. So Tamara, you're free to play, and you got the 2 cards and the relic. So thank you for confirming there. And let's see. You did not get a care package, and you got 1 support. That is really, really weird. I'm getting all kinds of different answers here. So I guess if you were VIP before and you got that would make sense. And if you're telling me that you're VIP and you have lower than VIP 1 or 2, you didn't get it, then I guess that will confirm that theory. So Tamara, your VIP level was at 6. Okay. So I guess it does depend on past VIP levels as well. So the gifts were to anybody who used to be VIP. So that is, so I guess I couldn't really be, I wasn't able to show it for those of you who are new and non-VIPs, but I guess what you got were gems and free to play with a support card. All right. Or Victor, you only got 100 gems. You didn't get a single care package. Does that mean that you're a VIP, like you never got any VIP at all? So that is unfortunate. I think that, care package would have been really good for those of us who aren't not VIP, just because I think that that's truly where people really need the help with. But it is at the very minimum a good gesture. That's what I would say. Vishal, I did open a care package and I got all 3, but I am, a VIP 10 as of last January. So I got more of the rewards, it seems. And PPX, they need to make the materials available to Pink Star Wardens. I'm not even going to go there. Like, there's so many things that needs to be improved. I think that Warden will be bonus, but it's definitely not something I would say is the most important right now. Guild versus Guild, honestly, 2-star Pink Warden isn't going to make a difference if your Ascended Wardens are being taken out at this point anyway. Guild versus Guild is so broken for anybody who has an attack deck that it doesn't even matter, to be honest with you. Like, they need to revamp the whole Warden system before giving up the Catalyst. So I'm personally not too worried about that. So Tamara, you've never been VIP, but you have been a load spender. So I guess that's probably where you got some of the bonus there. So let's see. So Belinda, you quit VIP today, but you did get the package, and so yeah. And I think that if we can at least get our items, get enough of the evolution coins, which I hope just goes away in the future, then that will at least make the event a little bit more fun. And Fire Commander event, there's a little bit more options for me anyways to try and help people out, and it also depends on what they offer in the shop, right? So in the Drill Fist Depot, it depends on what they offer. That could be something that we could use potentially as well. I'm just gonna claim my free gift while I'm at it here. And so yeah, I don't know. So again, don't know what the vault's gonna be like. I definitely will be covering that, because I think what we're looking for is vault that had the dust. But I just want to be very realistic and say I don't think dust is going to come back. It's going to probably be the vault where it just gives you that the guarantee. It's 1 pack that you pull for everything. At least if the tiers are all guarantees, that's at least a good thing. But it kind of, without the dust, it just doesn't have that sort of longevity progression value where you can work towards some free deck at the end of some period of time. But this is just conjecture at this point. I don't know, but I just want to make sure that we don't get our hopes up too much without seeing it firsthand. So I'll give my thoughts on it when the event actually starts. And Victor, how are you? You won't complain because you've never been VIP, so you have to know about getting a reward. Rather hopeful that they seem to be going in the right direction. So yeah, so at least we got some gems. And with the reduction of the gem prices to tier 4, hopefully this is at least affordable for those who are playing, who are free to play, to get the event card, because I think that it actually is a valuable card to use. So event card is valuable and it's more attainable, which is what I've been pushing for the past 3 weeks. Just make the event card more attainable again, and they have done that for this week at least. So I am, I'm optimistic and I'm happy about that. So jump in should be probably random, but the new coin, yeah. So the coin spins, it's going to be random, but I think the way you're going to get in the day 3, based on the calendar, I think you're going to get a guarantee 3,000. Okay, so that actually is probably going to be a lot more than. And we also got some things for service interruption. I think that's from today. So yeah, so this appreciation week was 100 gems, and then I guess the care package is only if you were a VIP at some point. And so that is actually my stream for today. I just wanted to kind of cover this and talk about a little bit. I think, to summarize everything, we've had a rough few weeks in the past 3 weeks or so. It's been really, really rough. I felt just like, very demotivated just throughout the events, and I'm sure many of you have. And I think that this is the first bit of a good news I've seen that at least is, making it better. There's still parts of it which I think needs to be tweaked, and I am hopeful that they will continue to tweak those. It kind of will get us back to where we were at, to be honest with you. So it's kind of like we just kind of went through this few weeks of pain for no real good reason. And I wish we could have avoided that. But at least we're not going down in a worse path than where we were a couple of weeks ago. The event structure remains to be seen, but I don't think that is going to be much of an improvement based on what I'm seeing right now. So that still needs to be improved. With the event deck being more affordable, at least I think that alleviates some of that, but it doesn't alleviate the fact that events just isn't fun when it's too difficult for no good reason. Like you kind of don't feel the progression. And so I think we need to improve that next. So if it doesn't get better at this event, then I'll continue to give that feedback, and hopefully we can make it better. And I just want to say, I think the voices of everybody here who have been giving their opinions in the network app, in every other forum in here, I think that it may feel like it's not being heard, but I think our actions are making a little bit of a difference. Okay, and so just want to say thank you all for all of the support and for continuing to provide feedback. I think that that's what we can do at least. And of course, at the end of the day, it is a game of choice, right? You choose to play or not. I'm still choosing to stick with it, and so I'm going to try to make it better if I can in my own way. So I just want to say thanks for all of your work here. And so that is going to be probably it for me for today. Look for a stream or a video near the end of the week. I'll also probably have a video to come out with like what I'm using, just like decks I'm gonna be able to build based on the cards I got. I likely will go for tier 4 just to get a second event card, because like I said, I think that it's actually valuable. And I guess what I'll do is I'll end it by opening a few packs, few tiers here, just to see what I get. Like I said though, don't expect to get anything in the first 3 tiers. I don't, but I will pull the first 4 tiers because that's what I've been asking for, and so I will sort of just kind of go get it and at least share the experience here. But like I said, it's unlikely I'll get anything of value in the first 3 tiers, just the way the packs work. It's something, if you don't expect it, then at least it's not going to hurt too badly. All right, so up to this point though, so going to tier 4, like I said, is a total investment of 1,700 gems. And so to me, that I think is valuable. And I just got Ra. So Ra is a good card, at least for this event, like I mentioned. So that's a good card to get if you were to get that. All right, so here's the 4th tier. And this is where I'll spend 1,000 gems, get my 4th event card, because I think having 2 event cards is going to be useful. And this is going to be the event card, right? So that's the 4-star. And unfortunately, don't get anything else. But since I didn't expect it, it's not too surprising. Would have been nice to get some additional bonus, like one of the collection cards, but didn't get that. So that's as much as I'm going to invest in this event because I'm gonna get my second support card from the for free from playing, and so I'll have now 2 event cards and 2 support cards. Although I'm probably not going to use the second support card, so I'll mix and match. So that is that is going to be it for me. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I am going to sign off for today, and then look for videos that come out with video updates, and then continue to send me update comments and let me know what you'd like to see and any feedback you have for the format of these videos, etc. So thank you very much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. All right, thanks, guys.